have a lot to kind of cover today, and I'd like to kind of break down what we talked about last Wednesday. And we had Screenagers that showed on October 8th, and I really pushed a lot of the youth to try to make it to that because I knew that it would be something that we would be talking about on Wednesday. And so we couldn't actually watch Screenagers on Wednesday, but we still had a great deep conversation, I hope, about all the influences of screens, whether they be for phones, social media, TV, video games, whatever it may be. We are surrounded by screens. And so I really wanted us to have a conversation about that. So every screen that we have, every video game, whatever it may be, all this information, I told them it's like a brick. And I got a lot of concerned faces like, have you lost your ever-loving mind? My phone and bricks don't make any sense. And what I said is that this brick just sits here. And it's neutral. It doesn't really do anything. But what I do with the brick is what makes the difference. I can take this brick and I can build something out of it. I can use it for good. I can build a relationship if I need to, or I can just make something stronger. Or I can take this brick and I can use it for bad. I can use it to destroy. I can use it to smash a window. The phone, the screen, the information is a lot like a brick. You can either use it to your advantage or you can use it to destroy and let it become something more than it needs to be. And so I impressed upon them over and over again that don't let these screens become your life. Let these screens be a part of your life. We watched a video, Anderson Cooper did a bit for CNN, and I thought it was a pretty good documentary news report called #being13. And I think that everyone should just take a look at it and just kind of see some of the extremes that are out there. I just wanted to start a conversation because it is something that has definitely become a part of our life. And we need to make sure that it kind of stays that way. And I impressed upon them that the people that are in that room, the people that we held hands and prayed together, do not take that human connection for granted. And please do not replace it with a phone. And the last thing is we talked about the 4 P's. We have 4 P's, and it's all about respect. Respect the people, the place, the process, and then I also added a 4th one this year, and it's called presence. So the last little bit that I have is the whole big church is doing this culture of invitation, and we've done our part as a youth group. We started the summer with Come As You Are, and that's kind of been our theme song even through this school year, is Come As You Are. We've had a wonderful lady, Lisa, who's actually made, I don't know if you can see that, but these are our invitations. This is our culture of invitation card right here, is that each youth, if they want to, they can take a handful of these, 20 of these, whatever it may be, and they can fill it out, and they can invite whoever they want to our fall retreats, to our winter retreats, to our Sunday schools, Wednesday nights, all kinds of stuff. With that, if you haven't, I'm going to go ahead and use this as announcement time. If your child is new, I need registration form just to hang out on Wednesday nights. That will help me just so I know who to contact if, knock on wood, if anything goes wrong, or if I just want to be able to reach out to you and pass along some of the information, some of our newsletters and things like that. This form, you can also find this online, which turns out to be a JOT form, J-O-T form. This is our registration form for events. This is different than this one. So this one gets them to go to Elitch's. This one gets them to go to the retreats. This one gets them to go to anything that we kind of leave the church for. That's what this is. This form right here says Screenagers. Sorry, it's a parent guide that we had from the video itself. And all of this stuff, all of this, you can find on our table down in our hallway down in the basement. So with that being said, that is all I have this week. I'll try to make this a little bit shorter video, or might break it into two. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time. I'd like to also kind of share with you some of the things that I'm doing for Sunday school, and it's something that I've been really excited about, and so far it's gone pretty well. So this October, we've been going through Rocktober, and with that, what I mean is that we've been doing scene or a song in scripture. And so I take a song that they've been listening to outside, maybe a Mumford and Sons, Bastille, a lot of kind of the popular today's music, and I bring it into the church, and we listen to it or watch the music video, and then we kind of tag a Bible scripture to it and see how that kind of pertains to our relationship with each other, our relationship with God, and just trying to challenge us to listen a little bit harder, look a little bit deeper. And this October, with Rocktober, we've been kind of tackling the fruit of the Spirit with using heavy metal, rock, rap, and this is going to continue on. And so far, it's gotten some pretty good feedback. This past week, we looked at kindness. We've already talked about joy, we've already talked about love, and this past week was kindness. And I actually had a rap song by Tech9 called Fragile, and I suggest that you go watch the music video. You need to watch the music video, and then just to understand why I even picked it. Read the lyrics and just kind of understand, hopefully, everything that kind of goes about it. And that's just kind of a taste of what we were doing. And yes, it's a little PG-13, but if you also watch #being13, you'll realize that what the 8th graders are saying is pretty bad. And I'm not giving that as an excuse, but I think that the content outweighed the one bad word that's actually in the song. So I say that with full disclosure. The music video dealt with bullying, and there's a boy who's a new kid in school, and it's a story that almost every kid, I asked them afterwards, and every hand went up that they could relate to the story that was being portrayed. There's a new kid in school, and he's being made fun of, and he plays the violin, and some bullies take his violin and they start throwing it back and forth, and ultimately it smashes on the ground into a million pieces. And eventually kindness is repaid, and it does turn out to be a happy story, but there's sections where he goes home and he sees it on social media, and he has to replay the bullying over and over again. And it's just a tough watch, but it's a very true watch. So I impressed upon them that they have this power to share kindness, whether it is in real life, person to person, or if it's on social media. Just using that brick again, you can either tear it down or you can build it up. So we will carry this on. Next week we're going to be looking back into another rock song, and we're going to be talking about gentleness, which is another fruit of the Spirit, and a little bit to do with the music video that I've selected has some to do with domestic violence as well as child abuse, and it's another hard subject that will require harder music. And I have asked them, as well as I'm asking you, to have an open heart, an open mind, open ears, and open eyes when and if and when you actually watch this stuff. The lessons and the stories are what I'm really trying to impress upon this youth group. And the music may not be in their wheelhouse, it may not be in their comfort zone, but that is part of the reason why I think that it is such a good tool, is that we can just listen to a song that the person right next to them says, that hits me right where it needs to. And we can all learn from that. And that is exactly what I'm trying to do with this Rocktober, and I hope that you enjoy it as well as learn from it as at the same time.